I'm here with 53-kilogram Olympian Dom Parrish. Dom, what has the training been like since making the Olympic team in April? How has it been?
It's been good. I've traveled like quite a bit the last couple months. I was in Tempe for a bit, training at the Valiant High School, and then I went to Poland, and then I was at the OTC, and then back up in Corvallis, and then back in Colorado. So just getting like a little taste everywhere I go.
You switched up training situations, training at Oregon State, Corvallis under Coach Engel. What's that been like? How has that helped to get you to this point?
I mean, anyone who's met Nate knows he's the friendliest guy on earth, and I think he's just a great person to be around, and I really respect him, and I think he has great technique, and so I've really enjoyed being up there and with the Beaver Dam women and just getting in and rolling around, having fun. No drama. We play knockout at the beginning of every practice, so it's
Well, now what's
it's
knockout?
competitive. It's basketball.
Okay, the basketball
game.
literally.
Yeah, literally the basketball game. So we'll start off with that, and I have won like once, and so.
Who's the best shooter?
Oh my God, I think Nate's the best shooter. Mal and Alex, Alex Glade are just, intense. And so I feel like they come in and they played basketball, so they definitely have the upper hand. Lampy and I feel like every now and then we'll sneak in and get it. But usually it's Nate. Nate's usually the winner.
Knockout's a classic game. All right, that's great. So since, you won Worlds in 2022, 2023, fell short of medaling. What did you learn from that experience that's helped mold you to get you to this point?
I mean, I feel like I learned that wrestling, as everyone knows, is a dynamic sport. You have to keep improving like each year and learning new stuff, because I feel like in 2022, the advantage I had was I was a bit of a dark horse. I came in and nobody had really seen me before. I'd been on the international circuit for a bit, but hadn't really been winning. And I feel like I came in and really took the tournament by surprise, and going into 2023, I think everybody had seen my film and knew what to expect, and I was putting pressure on myself to replicate the success from the year before. And I think I also needed to change up my training situation, and so I think as anyone who's wrestled knows, you go into a room, and if you're the best person in the room, you probably need something different. So it was nice going to Corvallis and getting that something different.
Yeah. You had mentioned you kind of been on the scene for a while, then you took the world by surprise in 22, maybe to a degree. But what does it say that you've been able to hold down the spot for 3 years in a row? Because it's so competitive at this level to make the team. What does it say about you that you've been able to hold down a super competitive weight 3 years in a row?
I don't know. Maybe that I'm kind of cool.
For sure.
No, I mean, the U.S. is so competitive, and I feel like that gives us an advantage going into international competition, especially women's and men's side. If your biggest competition is at home, I feel like when you go overseas and compete against these other women, it's not a shock. But no, I'm very proud that I've been able to hold down this weight class, and that I got down and was able to, I feel like, start putting my mark on that weight class early before the Olympic year. So going into Olympic trials this year, I was very confident that this is my spot. I've competed against everyone who's come in except for Haley, but we competed at Olympic trials, and yeah, just feeling very confident.
The weight below you and weight above you, the Olympians, Sarah and Helen, they're both Olympic medalists. Helen is an Olympic champion. How much have you picked their brains about the experience of wrestling at the Olympics versus the World Championships?
Well, I was a training partner at the Olympics in 2021, and so I feel like just even being in that environment was so good, because you go in, you see it's the Olympics, but it's still just a tournament, and obviously it was different with COVID. But I think just being around, like you said, 2 Olympic medalists and seeing what their process is going in versus their process going into a world competition was extremely valuable for me. And even now, as we're going into the Olympics, just seeing what their training schedule is like what they're doing in their day-to-day to prepare, I feel makes me feel confident in my process, because there's similarities.
What's it like being on a team that is so credentialed? I mean, you look up and down the lineup, you've got world champions, Olympic champions, age level champions. What's it like being surrounded by that much elite wrestling?
I really want to swear. I want to say bad. No, I mean, it's awesome. I feel like yeah, we're a crew of highly credentialed women, and I think it really is. I mean, the U.S. should like watch and really like know that we're going out there and we're gonna win medals. We're gonna bring home like the gold, and I don't know. I'm just really excited.
Are there any wrestlers in your bracket you're excited to compete against, a potential rematch or someone you've never wrestled before?
I mean, I've never wrestled the Japanese girl at my weight, and I feel like she looks like, I've been told it's like wrestling a ghost, and I'm excited to see how that feels if we meet up. And I mean, just the girl from Ecuador, she's definitely taken off like since the last time we wrestled in 2022, so excited to see how she feels. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the usual suspects are in my weight at the Olympics. So
you mentioned Fujinami, the Japanese wrestler, like a ghost. What is that to the uninitiated wrestling fan? What does that mean exactly?
I mean, anyone who's watched Japanese style, I feel like you see that they hold good position and they're very like aloof, I guess, or evasive in their style. So very technical. They like get you thinking they're doing one thing and then go the other way, or like get you to grab and they like duck underneath you. So you're like just never in one place for too long.
Yeah. Have you got much opportunity to watch? Obviously, we've all seen them wrestle, but what do they do behind the scenes? Does it look a little bit different in their training or warming up? Have you ever spoken with people that have trained over there or alongside the Japanese?
I mean, Helen's trained over there, and I've like picked her brain about it. She's trained with Yui as well, like out in California, and we were over there in 2020, or actually maybe 2019, before the Olympics, and we went to one of their university practices, and they go live like so much. They do
Really?
a lot of live, yeah. And a lot of the girls that they have in the room are really young, which I think you can tell based on like what their matriculation rate is. You know, like Mukaida was a gold medalist in like 2021, and then the next year she was beaten off the team by Fujinami, who's what, 18,
Yeah.
17, 18?
Yeah, the depth is insane. They seem to have a revolving door of world and Olympic champion level athletes. Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else been going on with you in leading up to the Olympics? How excited are you to actually get to Paris and kind of do that Olympic experience?
I mean, it'll be super cool. I feel like whenever someone asks me about it, I'm like, I'm really excited. At the same time, there's going to be 15 million people in Paris, so I'm like, I think it'll be stressful, but I mean, there's worse things to be stressed about. I'm excited for the opening ceremonies, and it's going to be on the river, so hopefully that goes well and everybody has a good time.
Heck yeah. That'll be an unforgettable experience for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, my last question, one I'm asking all the Olympians, it's about youth wrestling and coaching young wrestlers. And this can be a broad answer or a specific answer, but what do you believe are the essential skills to teach a first-year wrestler?
I feel like definitely holding position, and I feel like holding positions to your offense. You know, I think a lot of the times, like, you see these athletes who are like wrestling, but they're like coming in and out of position. If you look at the Japanese, I feel like their biggest strength is they're always in position. And like you look at some of the Eastern Europeans, and I feel like they're wild and they hit the cool moves, but the Japanese, I feel like, are really strong in their position. So I think for us moving forward to beat them and like to just be like all-around good wrestlers, like holding position.
Awesome. That's all I have. Dom, do you have anything else before I let you get back to your day?
No, that's it for me.
Thanks, Dom.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.